hello, and welcome to another Animal Crossing speed build. We are still on the same island. I've been very hyper-focused on this island. It's been something that I think every speed build on this island so far that I've said that it's so far one of my favorite things that I've done. So we're on Tanglewood, which is our countryside island. I will link the other two videos in the description, and I'll pop both of them if I can. I don't know how it works. I'll pop the little card thing up in the corner for both of those. I already have a playlist for them, so if you ever want to go check those out. But today what we're doing is Nooks and the Able sisters. So Nooks is going to be like our little corner store, convenience store slash our like bait and tackle for like fishing and what. I mean, we're on an island. There's not much to do but like fish and do, bugs and stuff. So this is our bait tackle corner store because that a lot of times out in the country, out in the boonies, they have bait and tackle within the corner store, normally where you go. So that's what we're doing. We're making a little parking lot right now. I struggle with anything that has to do with city, so I didn't leave my struggles in. I took them out because I feel like my sim speed build yesterday that I posted, I left enough struggle in there for the year. So I edited all of it out, but I'm not very good at setting up the parking lot and like how to make the parking lot look good because I don't want to make it look crowded with lots of cars like you normally would in a city kind of build or vibe, because this is more like 5 o'clock traffic, like 5 p.m. or 1700 depending on where you're at and what kind of time you use, is normally like your biggest traffic time, right? Because a lot of people are getting off work, people are out of school, people are just doing whatever. But in a small town like this, 5 cars at a stop sign or a red light is traffic versus an actual city where you're in traffic for hours. So that's what I wanted you to feel, is that it's not that populated. But even though I do have a car, and in this you'll see me put the little like delivery truck kind of thing in here. And I know it doesn't really make sense that I have a delivery truck, which is a modern day thing, and then I have a covered wagon like back in the Oregon Trail days when everyone died of dysentery or whatever, just whatever it's called. I really love these covered wagons, and especially to put the little springy horse toy thingy in front of it. I don't know, it looks so cute, but then I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to put in front of Nooks, and the delivery truck just made sense. Like they're dropping off their produce and the snacks and different things, so it doesn't, it kind of, what's the word I'm trying to think of? I don't know. It doesn't really make much sense, but it does to me. I think it comes out cute. It looks more like it's just a bait and tackle store than it does a convenience store, because I mostly just put fish stuff out here, and I realize that now that I am editing this video. So funny story, I just did the voiceover for the rest of this and didn't realize that I was muted for the past, like, I don't know, we're only 3 minutes in. It's 11 minutes long of a speed build, and that last however long the math is, I was completely muted. So now let me re-explain myself because I don't have any idea what I said. So I am realizing, like I said a second ago, that it's more of a bait and tackle. I feel like it's fine. Convenience stores in BFE do this all the time, where you will have like your worms and everything and tackles and baits and all of that in your convenience store. And Nooks and Abel's isn't a very big build because I didn't really give myself, I probably could have given myself more space. It's just, I've never had to build anything like a city type. So I'm not very good at knowing what spacing, I'm not good at counting spaces. Okay. I'm so just willy-nilly with everything that I don't know very well how to space this out, but it works, right? So it doesn't matter. Small builds are just as equal as large builds, okay? We're just doing the little knickknacks, like maybe the extra boxes where they put their deliveries before they have to bring them in. I always use the green toolbox as a tackle box because to me, like the tackle boxes I've seen in my life, or my pawpaw or whoever, that's what they look like. So pretty much in every island I've done where I have a fishing spot, you will see that item. I don't know, I can't get out of the habit. So Nooks is pretty much done, and you see the little steps going to the beach. Don't mind those for right now. I am going to do certain parts of the beach on this island, but for the most part it's just going to be kind of whatever, because the island's big enough. I have houses to do. I don't like doing the beaches. But in front of Nooks, I was figuring it'd be cute because you have your bait and tackle. You could go right to the beach and do your saltwater fishing, because around here, for me, the ocean is saltwater. And so I put like two of the little lawn chairs, a little campfire, a little flimsy fishing rod because it's made of sticks and it's absolutely adorable. I'll do that later. It's probably not going to be in a speed build unless I do a speed build of me just randomly putting the stuff on all my beaches at the very end of it. So fast forward, now what we are doing is as I was putting these shops, I was finishing off the sides of resident services. So this is just me rearranging it because I realized it wasn't going to work, and putting Abel's down, and then we will start Abel's. Now I did use the same covered counter that I used in Nooks. I use the same exact one here, but here I do end up putting two simple panels behind it. So I feel like it doesn't look as repetitive as it would have if I would have just left it empty. Does that make sense? Me and explaining in descriptive words were never my strong suit. Okay. English language arts, like writing papers or writing anything, has never been my strong suit. So I hope you understand what I mean by that. But like I said, all of this over here is just like little bits and bobs that really aren't that important. It's just kind of filling up the area. So you have another way to get into resident services. I tried to make it to where you could get into all three sides. So it's just easier, because sometimes I block it off and you can only get in one way. And then I annoy myself not being able to get to resident services as easy, and I'm having to go around my whole island just to get there. Does that make sense? We're moving on. Now we're going to kind of lay out the parking lot for Abel's, and I didn't give myself any room to do this parking lot. I should have moved it back yet again, and your girl I learned the hard way. I make it work, but I learned the hard way. And I did not keep my struggles in with the pathing. I don't do pathing very well, so it is a struggle, but we get there in the end. We only get to put two like moped and a bike kind of situation in the parking lot, but in a small town like what I'm trying to create on this island, at 5 p.m. when most people, or 1700, depending on what part of the world you're in and what kind of time frame you use for time, is normally that's your biggest traffic time for us, from like 5 p.m. to about 7 p.m. because everyone's getting off of work and school, going to dinner, whatnot. Well, so you're in traffic for hours if you're in a big city. Where I used to live, 5 cars at 5 o'clock at a red light was traffic. So I never sat in traffic for like 10 years I lived there. So I want to give that kind of like it's not very populated vibe, and I feel like the parking lot not being full gives you that vibe. And then now we're just doing just filling up the parking lot. I do end up moving that sewing machine over and kind of you'll see where the covered counter comes in, because now I'm about to do it. I love that antique sewing machine. I use it in almost every Abel's build I think I've ever done, except for Ivywood, my witchy, foresty, swampy, whatever that kind of island was. I did not use it then, but every other island, if you go back and look, that item is always there. It's so cute. And actually, my grandma used to have one almost just like that, or I think it was my ex-mother-in-law. I think she had one like that. I don't remember. I've seen it in real life somehow. But also the wide brim hat, like what my character has on and what I put up there, is the best hat in the game. You can fight me. Besides the King Tut mask, because it makes you fall, this is the best absolute hat in the whole entire game, and I put it everywhere. I don't know, what's your favorite hat in the game? What's your top tier item in this game? Me, it's Wheatfields. I know that's basic, but Wheatfields, if you don't know what to put, you put a Wheatfield. Anyway, we're almost done with it. I'm going to show you around, and I really hope you enjoy the speed build. Okay, that is our corner store, bait tackle store, and our clothing area. This is Larry, by the way. I forgot that I did this on stream. This is how I started stream, and it's kind of a jump scare, and I thought it was funny. So this is our ending, is Larry's face. Say hello, Larry. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I am going to probably have another speed build for you by Monday because we're going to be doing more today and I've already finished what we need to do. So I will see you then. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you later. Love you later. Bye-bye.